Thank you again for coming to our demo day. We're really excited to show you guys everything that we've been working on. Just to start, we know that not everyone knows about Listen Network and not everyone knows about the LystenLab. So Cassia is actually going to walk us through what the lab is and what we've been working on for the past 6 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. So Listen Network is a Gen Z startup community with an incubator specifically for Gen Z founders, and it's called LystenLab. And over the course of 6 weeks, we take 8 amazing, wonderful startups, and we give them a community, we give them part of our network, we give them idea validation, and we show them how to develop a product and what that can look like and how to iterate on it and building your MVP, and of course, pitch prep, and there's so many more things that we identified would make up the foundations of a successful startup as you go to launch and then you scale over the next 3 to 9 months.
Absolutely. And then just meeting our cohorts. So as you can see, the 8 wonderful startups that we've been working with, for the past 6 weeks are listed here. This is also the order that they're going to go in. And this is the part of the demo day where like this giant picture pops up and it's like everybody in like the matching t-shirts. But since it was virtual, we didn't really get to meet in person. So instead, we put together a collage of everybody together just so you can see kind of the personalities and the faces of the wonderful people that you'll be seeing presentations from today. They're all high energy, just as high energy as some of these pictures are. And it's just been great to get to know them. And I'm glad that you guys will get a peek into their personalities today as well. All right.
So for today's format, in the interest of time and as respectful of your time as well, we're going to not do a Q&A at the end or at all. We're just going to kind of roll through all the presentations and the pitches, but we will have a link, which Taylor can talk a little bit more about, where you guys will be able to connect with all of the cohort members that are presenting here today.
Awesome. Okay, so you can either use the QR code, or Cassia is also going to send the link in the chat to everyone so that if in the middle of one of the presentations you see a company where it's like, I'd really like to sit down and just, learn more, talk to them, you'll be able to navigate to this link, and then it'll have individual links leading to the calendars of all of our cohort members so that you can, right in the middle of our presentation, set up a meeting with them. And we just did that so it'd be super simple, because sometimes, it's hard to catch the email at the end of the slide deck. So we wanted to make sure everybody had the opportunity to meet with everyone. But with that being said, we're going to hop right in actually. So our first company is called Ogma, and it is going to be presented by Sina. So Sina, if you can share your screen, we can get started.
It brings me no joy to say this, but young people are being financially crushed. According to the University of Washington, over half of recent college graduates are either unemployed or underemployed. Thankfully, we have a solution. Yeah, the solution can't help me switch my slide, unfortunately. Sorry, I think my computer's a bit frozen. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why.
That is no problem. If there's anything I learned from entrepreneurship, is that you have to learn how to pivot. GameFi, do you want to take over the screen and then we can go back to Ogma afterwards?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Well, thank you all so much for joining today. My name is Jordan, and these are my co-founders, Walden and Marwan. Over at GameFi, we are on a quest to build the most addictive bank ever played. So obviously, the natural place to start there is gaming. So how most strategy games currently work is there's 2 main goals. First is building up your base. The other is an attack and defend piece, conquering others. It's the popular game Clash of Clans here. Time is sort of the interval in between. So you start here at level 1, about 2,500 hours later, you're able to get more towards the last level. There's a whole system of in-game resources and currency. And boy, is there a lot of spending happening here. About $100 plus are spent by millennials every month on video games. And about 75% of Americans have a mobile strategy game on their phone, 55% of which play every single day. Unfortunately, that money just disappears away when people spend it, often seen as kind of a bad thing. We've dug through Reddit, one of our favorite feeds of information. Favorite quote here: addiction to an iPhone game and in-app purchases cost me my marriage and ruined my life. Obviously, not that extreme for everyone, but push come to shove, Americans are having a hard time saving. Often touted statistic, about 70% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings account.
Yeah, so we sort of saw an opportunity to take a little bit of a different approach here. So we are building, first and foremost, a mobile strategy game, the theme of which is a little more mature, but still exciting. You're basically going to be a space industrialist, going to Mars, building up your colony, collecting resources, and forming alliances. But the difference between this and the regular style of gameplay is that while you're building up your base, you also have the opportunity to build up your finances.
So if we look at the way traditional strategy games are built, they're literally engineered to try to siphon away as much money as possible from consumers. And so what we're doing is using those same mechanics to get people to save. So in-app purchases are actually in-app savings, and they go in your GameFi bank account. Every time you make a purchase, gets saved up. If you want to turn on a roundup or a subscription feature, you can turn up a roundup and you get those boosts along the way. We're also building in-game disincentives to withdrawing that money and overspending. And so rather than hit you with a credit score hit or a late fee, we want to do something much worse, which is downgrade your base in accordance to poor financial decisions. That said, sometimes users do have some bills to pay and things they need to spend money on. And so if they're able to use the GameFi card and then pay themselves back within 30 days, they actually get in-game resources and XP in addition to real-world cash back and points. The cherry on top here is that they also get boosts to their credit score every time they do this. And our business model is completely costless to our users. We're making 1.8% on the interchange from the merchant side.
Yeah, so where we are right now, we have an MVP idle clicker game launched on test flight with about 100 users, really testing the core mechanic of will people connect their bank account. And so far we are getting good retention, and we are working on newer versions in the coming weeks to increase the number of people who are connecting, the number of we're planning to have the banking deposit taking fully live in about 30 days. In terms of our fundraising, we are halfway through our $535,000 pre-seed round being raised or led by Soma Capital and the Socially Financed Syndicate.
So ultimately where we want to take this is we're starting with this one flagship game, but then we actually want to have one GameFi bank that you can play a whole bunch of different games with. And so our next step is to build a couple of other in-house games that you can link it into your GameFi account, and then actually open up that infrastructure to other game developers using some turnkey SDKs and giving them APIs to be able to build out to our community, have access to a new way to monetize, as well as a pretty interesting set of users.
So a little bit more about us. Marwan's the CEO, has experience monetizing games and exited 2 patents over to Microsoft. Walden's really the juggernaut on the coding side, got a gold medal at the International Olympiad in Informatics, basically the World Computer Science Championship. My background has been with Square and digital payments, and I have my Series 65 as Uniform Registered Investment Advisor. We all met freshman year over at Harvard and have been working together on different projects over the past 2.5, 3 years, and are really excited to be working on GameFi. So we'd love if you go ahead and head over to our investor portal. There's a link here. When you're on the portal, there's a big orange button in the top right that says schedule a meeting, and we'd love to chat with you then. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thanks so much, GameFi. Thanks for being on demand and ready to hop right in. Next up, we have Sina with Ogma. Again, it seems like he was able to work out what was wrong. So go ahead, Sina, you can share your screen and we'll get started. Thanks, guys. Great.
Sorry about that. It brings me no joy to say this, but young people are being financially crushed. According to the University of Washington, over half of recent college graduates are either unemployed or underemployed. Thankfully, we have a solution. Hi, my name is Sina Makari, and I am the founder and CEO of Ogma. We've developed a new and innovative way for young people to use their education in the gig economy. While not the most traditional route, gig economy workers make up more than 1/3 of the US workforce, more than 59 million Americans just last year. So what is Ogma? Ogma is an e-learning platform that helps connect students with freelance tutors. This industry is enormous, worth over $170 billion last year. And with our innovative business model, we plan on completely disrupting it. You see, our biggest competitors take large chunks of commission from their tutors. In fact, this business model is why so many tutoring startups go bust. It's very easy to go around this fee structure. So how is it that we make money? Well, our competitors rely on an outdated business model. If you're a tutor, you create a profile, you sit back, and you wait for students to contact you. This wouldn't be a problem if you weren't competing with thousands of other tutors on the same site. So our solution is to introduce a student list. Tutors can pay a small monthly fee to access the student list and contact students first. Not only does this help tutors get access to more clients, but it helps our students get the help they need much, much quicker. We have found lots of success with social media websites like Reddit and Facebook. And for the time being, we would like to expand our online marketing campaign to YouTube as well, as there's lots of potential there. Our ambitions are huge. This is because our competitors bring in hundreds of millions of dollars per year, and we offer better prices, more access, and better customer experience for both our tutors and our students. And we are confident that we can take a large chunk of market share from our competitors. I've known Niam for the last 4 years, and we have worked on countless startups together, including a nonprofit that I co-founded back in high school called Youthcomer. Niam was my chief financial officer. And Youthcomer, at the age of when I was 17, we went on to host an 89 participant hackathon at Ryerson University. Niam introduced me to Ahmed just a few months ago, and we plan on having even more success in the for-profit sector. We have had dozens of tutors from all around the world enjoy our product, and our updated launch with even cooler features is going to be coming out in just a few days. So if you would like to learn a little bit more about our launch and about what we're going to offer, feel free to contact us at help@learnwithogma.com. We can't wait to hear from you.
Awesome, Sina. Thanks so much. Way to finish strong. Next up, we have my favorite run, Grace.
Okay, hi everyone. We are My Favorite Run, a personalized runners brand dedicated to empowering runners throughout their fitness journey. Meet Allie, a brand new runner who recently picked up running. She's a busy mom who views running as her outlet and way to stay sane while juggling work with family and other responsibilities. She absolutely loves the feeling she gets after accomplishing a hard run, yet as a new runner, she has no idea whether she's running properly and what products and training plans are right for her. With all the information out there on the internet, it's no wonder that she feels overwhelmed and frustrated. And she's not alone. We currently have an extensive 250,000 member-strong online running community across social platforms of runners just like Allie. After conducting interview calls with our audience, we were met with the same sentiments. I won't read out all these quotes for the sake of time, but basically the key insights were that the details of running is what is hardest for me. There's so much information out there on the internet, and I try my best to carve out time for myself, but it's hard. According to our research, 95% of our runners did not feel prepared enough for their first race. 85% don't know what nutrition or products to use, and 70% don't have concrete training schedules. The problem is that running is not a one-size-fits-all activity. At My Favorite Run, we understand that each runner has a unique story. That's why we created a personalized experience for runners, utilizing both AI technology and human expertise to help runners on whatever step they are on in their fitness journey. Our process is simple. Users go on our site to talk with our friendly AI-powered bot who serves as a personal running trainer that provides custom fitness advice, training, and nutrition plans, as well as product recommendations. After the initial conversation, users are connected to a licensed human coach that confirms their results and answers any further questions. Finally, users receive their personalized products and training plans and check out directly on our platform. Here is a demo of how it works. So firstly, our bot would greet the user, asking them specific questions about where they are on their fitness journey and questions about their unique bodies, preferences, and running goals. Based on that information, we use AI and machine learning to create custom training and nutrition plans, as well as personal product recommendations. At the end of the process, we connect users to schedule a one-on-one call with one of our licensed coaches who are on the platform and serve as an additional form of confirmation and personal connection throughout the entire journey. And yeah, this is just them scrolling through the products for the recommendation aspect. And at the end, it will lead them to the introductory session. And these coaches will come from our existing community, as we have a lot of existing members who are experienced running coaches themselves that love to share their knowledge and connect with other runners in the community. Our business model involves revenue from brand partnerships in the form of a revenue sharing model where we become retailers for specific brands and charge brands membership fees for digital space on our platform. There's also a commission program with our coaches and future subscription services for products and instructional training services. Our total addressable market is $31.2 billion and targets non-professional athletes here in the US. Our SAM is at $25 billion and includes runners in the US, and the SOM is $14.5 billion, specifically female runners ages 35 to 54, which is currently the primary demographic of our social media audience. Finally, this is our founding team, which consists of myself and Jeffrey. We are both current undergraduates at the Berkeley Haas School of Business, where we met and quickly bonded over our shared passion for running and also became running buddies. As avid runners ourselves, we are deeply passionate about this problem, as well as highly attuned and connected to the running community. We both have had extensive work experience. In high school, I founded a youth fitness nonprofit that distributed more than 1,000 running shoes to low-income students right here in the Bay Area. And Jeffrey has also founded a sneaker reselling business in high school, and most recently worked as a business analyst for Spotify. So yeah, we're super excited to tackle this problem, and thank you for listening. Feel free to contact us here on the email, and these are our social media handles.
Thanks so much, Grace. Love it. I am not a very good runner, but if I was, I'd make sure I was a part of my favorite run because it's an awesome startup. Great. So next up we have Pipeline with Lauren and Sylvia. And Lauren, you can begin sharing your screen.
Do you remember when you were looking for your first full-time job? I know for me, the job search was overwhelming. Millions of unemployed people currently feel anxious while struggling to find jobs. They're exhausted, wasting endless hours researching positions and industries instead of applying to relevant positions to land their dream job. Let's not forget the high cost of recruiting for companies as well. Our platform is here to help the job seekers ease the anxiety of the job search. It saves you time with a centralized job application tracker. It motivates you and helps alleviate the job search anxiety. It's the ultimate tool for a healthy job search, especially with the recruiters working in the background to scout the awesome talent on our platform. The user logs into Pipeline to track their applications and search for insights. With Pipeline, it's as easy as copying and pasting the link. All of the job information gets filled out automatically. It saves lots of time. Pipeline helps our user organize her applications. She can edit position status and add notes. Finally, the user can search what other people are saying about the position she applied for. She can share her own experiences with others and share her advice with the community by commenting on other people's posts. Pipeline makes it that simple to feel in control of your job search. We believe that a successful pipeline of great candidates starts with job seekers who feel motivated to continue applying and sharing their experiences. Our MVP is free to job seekers. A premium job seeker version will suggest users similar jobs and give access to getting hired by the recruiters on our platform. On the recruiter side, for a monthly subscription fee, we will provide aggregated job application and insight data to help suggest relevant jobs to job seekers via company ads and provide a recruiting pipeline to companies. The overall market is the $750 billion global recruiting market. We believe that we can best serve by going after the $11.3 billion university recruiting market in the US, because our platform focuses on helping students get recruited. It addresses both the job seeker and the recruiter efforts of getting a great job out of college. We at Pipeline know the problem of unguided online job search, as we went through the recruiting season in the past year. I am the founder of Pipeline. Lauren is a product designer who keeps in touch with our user needs. The amazing engineering team is there to improve the user experience. Let's have a conversation. Please reach out to us, and we look forward to meeting you. Thank you.
Great, awesome, thank you so much. Next up, we have Flamingo, and I just wanted to make note, this is our halfway point, and I am putting the link back in the chat for people to schedule meetings. You can just click on it and it'll take you to our little setup there. But Natan, you can start sharing. Great, you're good to go.
Thank you. Hey guys, I'm Natan. We are Flamingo. It's pretty simple. In 3 words, what we're doing is building meaningful connections, and I'm happy to share more about it. So Sophia and I started on this quest when we realized that building close-knit communities is really, really difficult for Gen Z. It's a problem that we experienced ourselves firsthand in our own community, specifically because traditional methods of forming communities are a little too impersonal. We talked to about 300 users and ran a few beta tests. And of the people we talked to, 95% of customers felt more connected via video communication. However, the current tools being used, such as Zoom, were not really built for like casual conversations, and other tools that people loved, like Snapchat, were a little too intimate. So we thought, what if there was a better way? And that's where Flamingo comes in. Our solution is pretty simple and utilizes asynchronous video communications. The first step is you can join your Mingle for your specific community or organization. Next, you can post to your Mingle feed, almost like TikTok with these videos, and you can also reply to posts via video conversation threads. But don't let me just tell you about it, I'll show you.
Hi, welcome to Flamingo. We are a social connectivity platform that bonds communities through asynchronous video communication. When you first log in, you'll be greeted with a feed of video posts that people in your community's Mingle group have posted. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. I'm Sophia. I'm currently 20 years old, and I'm studying product design and computer science at Stanford University. As you can see, this was posted by the Stanford General Mingle. I can click here to respond to this post with a video response, or I can click here to see a thread of video responses that others have posted.
Hey, Sophia, I'm Bella.
And that's all. Now invite your friends to start mingling.
Yeah, special thanks to Taylor for helping me set that up. I guess what's really unique about us is we have a really awesome business model, right? So you know users' interests and their Mingle or community they're a part of. So we can have B2C targeted video advertisements where the more you pay, the higher it appears in like the feed targeted for users. And as far as our go-to-market strategy is concerned, we're going to go with the exclusivity approach, similar to that of like the Clubhouse regime that has sort of taken over. And we have a fully fledged out ambassador program across the university's campuses as we scale out to reach out to universities and Gen Z. As far as the market, it's pretty large and growing. We're specifically targeting the Gen Z subset of the social networking market, which is around 16.3 billion, specifically because Gen Z specifically has the increased watching videos on social media like Instagram. Every year, there's an 80% increase amongst Gen Z and watching these like asynchronous short video clips. So we think that's the perfect place for our product. Obviously, there's a lot of people in this space trying to build communities and a lot of social networking apps. Our product's different in 3 main ways. The first thing we do is we take this sort of GroupMe aspect where you can create or join like your own mingle or group of people with similar interests, right? The second is this Reddit where you actually have this video thread where you can swipe right and see all the responses to actually engage in conversations and retain users. And the third is a little bit of a Hinge where you have these video prompts to actually foster fruitful and organic conversations. As far as our team, my co-founder Sophia is incredible. She's a student at Stanford and actually designed these slides. And I'm Natan, I'm the CEO, graduated from Cornell with a degree in computer science and have a lot of startup related experience, and I'm really enjoying this venture. So ultimately with Flamingo, we see ourselves as the Gen Z community building tool. We're a social connectivity app building meaningful connections for Gen Z communities via video. We have an MVP, it's deployed to test flight, and we're looking to raise around $1 million right now. And essentially, the reason why anyone should go and use Flamingo is threefold. First, it's a place where you can meet people in your existing communities. Second, you can build stronger bonds with your community members and like develop meaningful relationships. And lastly, and the overall vision is you can actually go out and make friends in new communities. So if you're interested in learning more, feel free to reach out to me at natan@flamingolab.com, and we'll have to chat more.
Great. Thanks so much, Natan. Awesome stuff. And no problem. Didn't mind helping you with that slide. Next up, we have Askbar. So Shannon. Great.
Awesome. So when going around and speaking to a lot of my colleagues, friends on campus, I was surprised at how many people actually reached out to our extended alumni network. Now, when I asked them, why didn't you reach out? I got a lot of the same responses over and over and over again. A lot of it was, well, I just didn't think my question was worth their time. I didn't know if they wanted to be contacted. I didn't want to spam them. I didn't know if they wanted to respond. So we're getting a lot of people within my generation that are younger feeling really uncomfortable with the idea of sending those emails and having that sort of networking platform. So I decided, well, why don't I reach out to those mentors and see, well, if they're not replying, why aren't they replying? And a lot of them are saying, well, I just didn't have time that week, or I didn't have the expertise that they needed, or I didn't think our conversation was going to go in the right direction. And a lot of people told me I'm 10 times more likely to help someone that's within an area of interest of mine. So if a female entrepreneur reaches out to me, I'm 10 times more likely to reach back out to them, but I might not have time for just everyone that wants to respond. So how can we make a better platform for this situation? So what we're Askbar, and we're a platform of community verified bars where you can post, ask for help, as well as claim those asks. So it's worry-free. So say I can go on and say, I'm looking for help in product design in the area of community building, and I can post that up, and I know whoever responds to me, they care about my ask, they care about what I'm working on, and they truly do want to help me. It's efficient, so I can just post that up, and I can access perhaps thousands of people within my extended network all at once. And what it's doing for those mentors, it's allowing them agency. So they can go on and fill out a form and say, hey, I really want to help female founders, and I have experience in pitches, and that's who I'm looking to help, and they can fill that out there. So what is our initial target market? I'm targeting a group that's close to my heart, female founders, as well as I'm working with a fraternity that's big into networking here on campus. And so the goal really is to build the best communities for them, and then pick it up and put in the next club, next fraternity, the next sorority, the next group. And then once I can prove traction saying, hey, I'm in touch with the director of alumni engagements, say, hey, look what I've done. I'm building 50% more connections per capita than you are. Let's talk. So that brings me into monetization. So how are we going to make money? These organizations, they're going to pay a monthly fee based off of the number of people that are on the platform joining and connecting. So it's making the more people that join and the more connections they have, they're paying more. So it incentivizes them to sort of join on early and walk hand in hand with us in this journey. So the $61.4 billion you're looking at is more of the entirety of social networking, and the 805 billion is really looking at more of the specific within like LinkedIn, more formal kind of group networking. We estimate we can get about 1.6 billion of that. So I like to say we are trying to build a more casual networking platform. So I like to say that LinkedIn groups, they're just a little too stiff, and Facebook groups, they're great, they're casual, but I'm not going to join on there for, say, my MIT alumni group. So how can we build that same idea where people are posting sort of into oblivion and comfortable building that community in a way of a networking platform? And right now, we are currently not raising, but we would love to continue the conversation with anyone that wants to. The two asks that I have is we're looking always to connect with people in the online community space. We're always looking to learn more and get better. And then we're also looking for, I've committed myself to working full-time on this summer, so a summer stipend avenue would also be amazing. And this is our team. So what I like to say is that anything that you need built, we can build it. You can see the plethora of internships that we've had in the past, working for other startups, building software modules for them. And I am the CEO. I'm from MIT. I'm a junior studying computer science. And Louis is the CTO. He's from UC Berkeley. He's a senior. He studies business management and entrepreneurship, as well as EECS. Thank you. Would love if you can reach out. And yeah, that's all I have for you.
Thanks so much, Shannon. That's awesome stuff. Definitely believe her when she says her and Louis can build anything. Hearing those two talk about like the things that they do, it's incredible. So thanks so much. We're really excited to see where you guys go. Next up, we have Sotira with Amrita. Great.
Hi, I am Amrita, and we are Sotira, accounting made fast and more efficient for Gen Z and millennial small businesses. Simone is a 19-year-old college student and one of over 50% of Americans who has multiple streams of income. Simone tutors students in her neighborhood, sells pottery pieces on Etsy, and sells used clothes on Poshmark. However, Simone is frustrated by the process of doing accounting and tracking expenses and profit for all her side incomes. She's currently using an Excel spreadsheet and wishes there was a better alternative. Looking at problems, we know that current methods to track expenses and do accounting are very time-consuming. Managing many different spreadsheets is inefficient and confusing for young people new to running a small business. Existing solutions are overly complicated and not user-friendly for Gen Z and millennials. We propose a virtual platform to help Gen Z and millennial entrepreneurs do accounting for their small business ventures. This platform would be simple, straightforward, efficient, and would have templates for accounting for factors such as expenses, profit, and shipping. This dashboard would be seamlessly integrated with popular e-commerce platforms like Etsy, Shopify, and Squarespace. Value proposition. We know that we are proposing Sotira, which is a fintech product and a financial accounting platform to help Gen Z and millennials calculate and manage financial figures such as expenses, profit, and inventory for first-time and early-stage business ventures. Here is our login screen. Here's a mock-up of the main dashboard. As you can see, users can view factors like profit and expenses and can see graphs showing trends over time, as well as relevant accounting tasks. Looking at market analysis, we know that 151 million Americans are employed in the workforce. 78 million Americans have a side hustle and more than one income stream. 51 million Americans are under 35 and have at least two income streams. We are targeting the 51 million Americans because while 57% of Americans have a side hustle, 65% of Americans who have a side hustle are ages 18 to 25 and 26 to 34. Based on analysis of competitor prices and the current market size, if we price Sotira at approximately $5 a month or $60 annually, our total addressable market would be $9 billion, our serviceable addressable market would be $4.7 billion, and our share of the market would be $3 billion. Here's our B2B SaaS model. For the freemium model, we aim to integrate Sotira in the backend of major e-commerce platforms such as Etsy, Squarespace, and Shopify. For the paid model, we would offer increased features such as tracking and integration at a premium price. The paid model would target users with larger businesses and revenue streams. Looking at competitive advantage, there is no existing accounting platform that targets young people and those new to entrepreneurship and small business ownership. Sotira is unique in its target demographic of Gen Z and millennials, its prioritization of side income management, its user-friendly dashboard and templates, and its integration with major e-commerce platforms. We aim to use social media platforms, digital marketing, and paid promotions, and will hire ambassadors from universities to advertise and spread Sotira to college students who have side hustles. We will also pursue external partnerships with Shopify and Etsy. Our top priority is finishing our MVP and launching to the college student population. We hope to integrate Sotira with e-commerce platforms and expand accounting capabilities and features as we grow. We are currently raising a pre-seed round of $250,000 to be used for marketing, hiring, among other expenses as we grow and acquire customers. This is our founding team. I am the co-founder and CMO. We are all students at UC Berkeley and are the best team to build Sotira because we have different non-technical and technical backgrounds and 5 programmers working on our MVP. We are experienced in entrepreneurship, have internships at major tech companies like Google, and have received merit scholarships to TechCrunch Disrupt and Startup Grind. Our skills and unique experiences cover all the necessary bases needed to effectively launch and scale a startup. Thank you, and feel free to reach out.
Great, that was awesome. Thank you so much. And last, but certainly not least, we have Emerge, and they already changed the screen that fast. Thanks, guys.
Hello, we are Emerge, the social learning platform for Gen Z. We are here to redefine online education with our unique insight, and here's how. Meet Annie. A psychology student, recently she found a new passion in design, but she doesn't want to spend thousands of dollars on design lectures. So she takes some online courses, but quickly becomes demotivated. She'd rather spend hours watching TikToks instead of finishing her course videos. She feels there isn't enough interaction with peers nor with instructors, no hands-on training, and no one to guide her on how she can pursue her career in design. Annie isn't the only one feeling this way. Many studies have shown that 80% of online courses registrants drop out due to lack of motivation. Gen Z students like Annie often have shorter attention span. They're also less likely to have work experience. However, they are still eager to learn job-ready skills through engaging online education. Emerge is here to close that gap. We offer innovative ways to provide engaging learning experience for students like Annie. First, our courses allow students to develop their portfolio and easily create interactive profiles to showcase their experience to future employers, rather than going through all that hassle of creating separate websites. To get feedback on their project, a student can use our community platform to schedule quick coffee chats with mentors, who can also provide guidance on how they can achieve their dream career. Most importantly, we offer engaging live courses that Gen Z students actually look forward to. We do this by having relatable instructor and reward system. Our relatable industry experts are more approachable and available for guidance than senior level executives. Our instructor also understands Gen Z students. This closer connection with instructor helps retention rate, which reached 83% in our beta. Lastly, we engage a student by using gamification to increase Annie's motivation level. As she completes and submits assignment, she earns points through our reward system that she can redeem at her favorite stores. As for our business model, we generate revenue through our live and recorded courses. Instructors set their own prices, and Emerge receives a portion of that revenue depending on what type of course it is. their global online learning market is expected to grow to $350 billion by 2025. Out of the 200 million post-secondary students who would enroll in online courses, we can target 20 million of them. And assuming that they will pay an average of $100 for our services per year, we have a sum of $2 billion. We recently finished our first round of beta testing, where we had over 700 students from 6 countries, and we got all of that just through organic marketing. Our second beta test will launch in May, and we're excited to continue bringing value to students like Annie based on their feedback. Education market is very competitive, but we are seeing the same thing over and over. Our innovation and unique perspective is needed to redefine the industry and make Emerge one of a kind. Our team has a diverse range of experience, from project management to customer acquisition. And as Gen Z students, we have unique insight and resilience to ensure our platform brings the most value to our users. All of us are also longtime friends who have seen and felt the struggles of students firsthand, which keeps us inspired to create a platform that fellow students will love. So, if you want to discuss how Emerge is changing the way Gen Z students like Annie learn online, then send us an email and let's have a conversation.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I'm going to take over and share my screen. All right. Great. So thank you guys all for coming again. And thank you to the wonderful cohort, like round of applause, even though like nobody can like hear or see you. It's just awesome how they, really gave it their all and improved so much. Like, it's just, I'm so happy. But yeah, I'm putting this link tree up one more time because I definitely want you guys to use it. We put the link in the chat, of course. You can click it and meet with the cohort members. But otherwise, unless you have something you feel led to say, then you guys are good to go. Thank you so much again for coming. And we'll be sending a link to our actual entire demo day recording after this as well. But thank you guys so much and have a great rest of your day. Awesome. Cool. Virtual round of applause. Great. All right. Seems like we have some, do you want to like kick people into the, very cool. Great. Let me see. All right. One more. Okay, we've done it. All right, guys.